Picture this, the 2000s Range Rover, the king of understated luxury, the boxy beast that quietly ruled the streets for nearly a decade. Now fast forward almost 25 years. Most of these SUVs are tired, worn down, and left to rot in driveways. But then comes a company you probably never heard of, Velvet Motorworks, straight out of Estonia, with a plan so insane, so bold, that it makes you question if reality just took a sharp left turn. Because these guys aren't restoring the Range Rover L322. No, they're reimagining it. They're bringing it back to life with a bizarre cocktail of retro vibes, modern technology, and unapologetic horsepower. Imagine a Range Rover that looks both older and newer at the same time. Confused? You should be. But against all odds, it actually works. Let's rewind for a second. The Range Rover L322 debuted in 2001, engineered under BMW, but launched under Ford's ownership of Land Rover. It was sharp, boxy, and instantly recognized as the classiest SUV you could buy. Updates in 2006 and 2010 kept it fresh, but by now, these things are basically classics. And Mikkel Kulaarts, founder of Velvet Motorworks, remembers exactly why it mattered. He says when he first saw the L322 as a teenager, it felt powerful, luxurious, almost untouchable. And that memory became the spark that started this wild project. So what exactly are they building? On the outside, it's not just a facelift, it's a throwback. Velvet Motorworks gives the L322 cues from the original Range Rover, but with modern LED lighting, round graphics, a reworked vertical slat grille, and bumpers inspired by classic off-road machines. Bigger wheels, higher stance. It's like they dragged the SUV into a time machine and slammed the buttons for retro and future at the same time. Inside, they promise handcrafted luxury. Think premium materials, Apple CarPlay, advanced driver assistance systems, all seamlessly blended with the analog feel of the original truck. This isn't a hollow digital spaceship like so many modern cars. No, this is tactile, mechanical, and still somehow high-tech. But let's get to the heart of the madness, the engine. Every build will use a Range Rover with a supercharged 4.2-liter Jaguar-sourced V8. Back in the day, that thing made 400 horsepower right out of the box. But Velvet Motorworks says nope, that's not enough. They're cranking it up with new hardware, fresh software tuning, and a selectable active exhaust that lets you choose between stealth and thunder. Imagine pulling up to a stoplight in what looks like a classy retro Range Rover, then ripping away with the roar of a modern super SUV. That's not just luxury, that's pure drama. Of course, there's a catch. These builds don't even exist yet in real life. Right now, everything is still in 3D renderings, designed by CGI artist Niels Pirma, the same guy who's worked with Koenigsegg and Genesis. But the first prototype is promised from mid-2026, with customer deliveries beginning by the end of that year, and each one totally bespoke, one of one, tailored to whoever is bold enough and rich enough to claim it. Pricing? Still a mystery, but let's be real, if you have to ask, you probably can't afford it. Velvet Motorworks isn't chasing the mass market. They're chasing the dreamers, the collectors, the people who want to own not just a car, but a piece of automotive art. So here's the big picture. A Range Rover from the 2000s, reborn with retro style, handcrafted luxury, and a boosted V8 that spits fire. A machine that looks older and newer, classic and futuristic, ridiculous and brilliant all at once. The Velvet Motorworks Range Rover isn't just a Restomod, it's a statement. One that proves that sometimes the past and the future can meet in the same garage. And when these start rolling onto the streets in 2026, one thing is for certain, you won't mistake them for anything else.